Hello everyone, Domino Pivot here for Let's Play Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 4. Now, if you've been on my channel in the last week, I'm restarting this playthrough on the PS4 since the PS4 game got patched and most issues they had with Kingdom Hearts 2 are gone, which convinced me to make the move and actually buy the game. And since I'm going to be playing on the PS4 this time around, well, I'm going to keep the cutscenes in because I want to watch them and see what they look like. So I'm gonna make an effort not to spoil things in advance in this playthrough, even though I know most of the game. And I'm gonna be talking about various informations and hidden secrets about the game and explaining a lot of tricks about the game. So if you've never played the game, you might find this enjoyable. I don't know. I don't really watch playthroughs like I'm about to do. I usually watch blind playthroughs to see people's first reaction, but that should be interesting. We're gonna play in Proud difficulty, which I haven't played much on Kingdom Hearts 1, so it might be a little hard. And we're gonna go for auto camera, and I'm gonna disable the vibration just so the microphone doesn't pick it up. So that should be good. I did play the game a little bit just to make sure recording was working properly and everything. So it should be working fine. I'm gonna avoid talking during cutscenes, so there you go.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not?
Now I'm gonna have to remove the audio for this song in post because sadly this song is copyrighted material, and every YouTube video that's got this, I mean, a few people were lucky enough, or they talked over it, or the quality was bad enough that they managed to keep it online. But on the HD collections, they actually made it very clear that they're against streaming of their game if you're making money out of it, which I think really sucks and is stupid, but it's not really my call here. And the whole, is it fair use, is it not, when you're recording a game? It's kind of hard to say, but yeah, I'm gonna be cutting the sound for this song because they've explicitly said, even if you're recording and streaming videos of Kingdom Hearts for fun without making money out of it, you are not allowed to stream content purely for the sake of sharing the songs, something like that, which kind of makes sense. This opening is kind of psychedelic and weird and doesn't mean much. It's Kingdom Hearts, huh? It's weird. Yeah, it's a shame I can't put this song in though, because it's good. It's simple and clean. And the artist actually made 2 songs using the same melody. Like, it's not a translation. The Japanese song and the English songs are 2 different songs, but they use the same melody. The lyrics aren't a direct translation at all, though. I'm not sure. I don't remember what the Japanese one is about. But yeah, the artist made both versions, so that's always nice. Alright, we're about to end the pre-rendered graphics and go right on to PlayStation 4 adaptation graphics, which should be good looking. I sadly can't take advantage of the great FPS because I'm playing on my computer using OBS's full screen projector. I have a second monitor I could use to plug my computer in one and my game console in the other one. But my second monitor is VGA only, and my tower doesn't even have a VGA output because, I mean, who the fuck uses VGA anymore? Alright, so first bit of information: if you ever play Kingdom Hearts, you're asked to choose a weapon. But this isn't the weapon you're gonna keep, it's just a weapon you have for the tutorial, and it doesn't really matter. What matters is what the game doesn't tell you. Which weapon you pick first gives you a stat bonus, as well as determines the order in which you're going to gain abilities. Most players just see shield, wand, and sword, and they think, well, the sword is probably the most normal and balanced gameplay. Actually, the shield is a smart move. Shield is much more interesting to pick, especially for your first playthrough. It's easier to use, it's better, just pick the shield. The wand gives you interesting finishers, so I'm gonna pick the wand. And at the same time, if you are about to make a playthrough, well, you can see the difference if you pick the shield. But if you pick the wand, you're gonna get some magic up, and your magic stat actually cannot be increased through the use of items. It increases at certain points during the game, but it does not increase through grinding crafting materials to craft items, unlike strength and defense, which can be boosted through crafting. So if you pick the wand, you technically could get a character that has higher stats once you reached 100% of the game, 99 levels, and crafted all the items you could use. Like, you could max out all your stats with the wand, but not with the other ones. Now I could reduce my defense or reduce my strength. This is the next thing you have to do. I really don't know what I want to do, but you know, I'm gonna reduce my strength, which isn't something I do usually, but I remember that these enemies in Proud Mode Final makes the enemies pack quite a punch, so I'm gonna do that. The second weapon you pick doesn't really matter as much. It's just a stat negative. So we're gonna continue this weird tutorial, which is one of the few places where they actually had to make changes when they made these ports. Where you see Kingdom Hearts 2 introduced us to reaction commands that show up using the triangle button. And in Kingdom Hearts 1, the reaction command was actually at the bottom of the command menu. So in a second, you're going to see the command menu on the left. Once the game gives me back control. Right. So yeah, the command menu on the left is controlled with the D-pad, while I move around with the left stick. Right now I can't actually cycle through the options, it's not letting me, but the bottom option would change based on what you were next to. Special moves would show up there, grabbing, opening chests, like everything that was contextual would be the last option of the menu, and it was quite annoying to have to pick it up using the D-pad. In Kingdom Hearts 2, they've switched to using triangle. In some other Kingdom Hearts game, it was X. Yeah, it's weird. Plus, I bet in Japan it might have been circle, I don't remember. Because in Japan, circle is attack and X is jump, if I remember well. It's quite weird. So yeah, they've switched it in these HD ports. They've made the triangle button use reaction commands just like in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they've made the button, the last command, they made it the summon command instead of making it a nested menu in the magics menu. So that's one of the few improvements they've made to the HD ports, that and the fact that you have a fully controllable camera. Instead of using L2 and R2, you use the right stick. But I don't think they allowed you to use the right stick to control the commands in this one, which is kind of sad. Because that's what it did in the original games. It was an alternative to the D-pad. I might be wrong, but so far it seems you can't. So yeah, reaction command, open the chest. Ah. Yeah, okay, I still don't have access to the pause menu. Alright, we're gonna skip through this tutorial quickly because there's not much to it. You can lock onto stuff, use L2 to cycle. You can lift things, you can throw them, you can break them. And there you have it. For a boring tutorial introduction, like this is very mystical and like, it's interesting. It's just supposed to be a tutorial, but they've managed to make it so unique and weird that it's captivating. And the music is definitely helping. Now here, this is again very weird, especially if you've played Final Fantasy games, because this is Tidus from Final Fantasy X, but as a kid instead of an adult. Then you've got Wakka from Final Fantasy X as well. And you've got Selphie from FF8, I believe. I don't know Final Fantasy VIII. I've heard a lot of good about it, but I haven't played it yet. So yeah, you've got these three kids that ask you these questions. What are you so afraid of? I guess you could say I'm afraid of being indecisive, and then afraid of being old. Definitely not afraid of being different. I don't give a fuck of being different. I like being different. So yeah, being indecisive is definitely what I'm afraid of. What's the most important to you? Well, friendship. I mean, sure, friendship is like the good answer many people would say. But some people would say friendship, or feel like saying friendship is what they should say even though they don't have many friends, but definitely friendship over anything. I'm gonna insert prized possessions though, because I'm gonna explain in a minute what these questions do. What do you want out of life? To see rare sights, to broaden my horizons, to be strong. I think to broaden my horizons would be one thing. Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna say to be strong because I basically tried this before, and I just remember that if you pick the three bottom options, it's gonna end up with the result I want. So basically you have one of three potential results: beginning at day, beginning at noon, or beginning in the dead of night. And this picks one of three different difficulty settings. Just gonna make sure, I think I heard them knocking. Just want to make sure nobody's knocking at my door. Just a sec. Nope, that was just me. Alright, fair enough. Probably neighbors or something. So yeah, the time of the day your adventure begins in this flavor text here determines the difficulty curve. Basically, you know how in RPG games you get XP as you kill enemies, and the later levels take much more XP than earlier levels, but then at the same time, enemies are going to give you more XP later, so it kind of balances out. Well, this time of the day flavor text here actually identifies a variation in this XP per level curve, and having it begin at night makes it so that it's going to make the earlier levels actually cost more than normal, but the later levels cost a bit less than normal. And I prefer that way. I'm not sure in the end if levels are gonna require more or less XP overall. If it ends up being just the same, but can give you a slower start or a quicker start. But I prefer feeling like I actually become overpowered as the end game approaches, so I prefer it like that. Alright. So yeah, now we're gonna see some more group action. I really like how the lock-on system works in this game, where the game automatically picks on the closest enemy, but if the enemy goes too far, or if you press L2, I believe, the game actually re-evaluates the nearest target. And you can always lock on to one enemy if you prefer. Can I? Yep, I can now switch controls, so auto lock is on. You can also remove it in case you're trying to hit something that does not have a lock on target. Target lock, is it... wait. Oh yeah, okay, basically held down or toggle target locked. Auto camera, vibration, difficulty, that's pretty much it. So yeah, right now the controls are tilt the stick left, it looks to your left, tilt the stick to your right, it looks to your right. In the original games it used to be the opposite. Now they've made it so that it makes sense for shooter games. Hey, sorry about this little cut here. I just took a break for lunch since my friend arrived, and we're gonna get back into this. So I was talking about the controls, and yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to get back into the game a little bit. Well, what a better way to get back into the game than this? The closer you get to light, the greater your shadow becomes. But don't be afraid. And don't forget. Alright, for this boss fight, all this boss does is throw little projectiles and hit the ground like that. And when he does that, he spawns little enemies, but his head becomes vulnerable. Well, accessible, I should say. And you get extra experience for attacking the end. As a kind of a good job, you did good. And you can just attack the hand, but attacking the head deals twice as much damage at once, so... oh good, strength boost, that's nice. This shouldn't take too long. Those little guys that drop are technically there so you can get some more health. And we're gonna climb back if I have some time. You shouldn't last too much longer. But don't be afraid. You hold the mightiest weapon of all. So don't forget. You are the one who will open the door. And I like making these super serious narrator voices. I'd like to be a voice actor, to be honest. Like for cartoons and games and shit.
Whoa! Give me a break, Kyrie.
Sorry, you lazy bum. I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
No, this huge black thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't... Ow!
Are you still dreaming?
It wasn't a dream. Or was it? I don't know. What was that place? So bizarre.
Yeah, sure.
Say, Kyrie, what was your hometown like? You know, where you grew up?
I've told you before. I don't remember.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
You ever want to go back?
Well, I'm happy here.
Really?
But you know, I wouldn't mind going to see it.
I'd like to see it too. Along with any other worlds out there. I want to see them all.
So what are we waiting for?
Hey! Aren't you guys forgetting about me? So, I guess I'm the only one working on the raft.
Ah.
And you're just as lazy as he is.
So you know this. Okay, we'll finish it together. I'll race you.
Huh?
What? Are you kidding?
Ready? Go!
Alright, so we're on Destiny Islands for the rest of the introduction, I guess, to this game. Now for the first part of the game, if we talk to Kyrie, she'd tell us that we need to get 2 logs. One of them is here, the other one is next to Riku over here. We also need to get 1 piece of cloth and a piece of rope. And once we've gotten all of these items, we're going to be able to craft the raft that we've been working on for a little while. Because basically the idea is that Sora, Kairi, and Riku want to go away on a raft. Now this game doesn't really explain it. In fact, in this game, the other island isn't even visible, but in Kingdom Hearts 2, they've kind of changed that. But yeah, Destiny Islands is a bunch of islands next to one another, and this is a tiny little islands where kids hang out and play, but the main island is somewhere, I don't know, relative to here. And we take boats, like these boats over there. Those are the kids' boats. They come here. They come here to play all day during the summer, or something. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They don't know anything else besides that about the world. Is there more than this to their world? They don't know. So yeah, I've been talking, but I didn't even look at what I collected. I need to collect the piece of cloth. Alright, so yeah, they kind of hope to find some more land on a raft. I'm not exactly sure what these kids are thinking. Like, are they actually thinking like kids, or are there really no explorers who go venture out there? Not much is known about this world in which they live. But yeah, they think they're gonna go visit other worlds on a raft. And we're gonna call it a day. Technically I could have done a lot more, but I don't really care about that.
So, Kyrie's home is out there somewhere, right?
Could be. We'll never know by staying here.
But how far could a raft take us?
Who knows? If we have to, we'll think of something else.
So, suppose you get to another world. What would you do there?
Well, I haven't really thought about it. It's just, I've always wondered why we're here, on this island. If there are any other worlds out there, why did we end up on this one? And suppose there are other worlds. Then ours is just a little piece of something much greater. So, we could have just as easily ended up somewhere else, right?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why we need to go out there and find out. Just sitting here won't change a thing. It's the same old stuff. So let's go.
You've been thinking a lot lately, haven't you?
Thanks to you. If you hadn't come here, I probably would have never thought of any of this. Kyrie, thanks.
You're welcome.
Sora! You wanted one, didn't you?
A Palpu fruit?
If two people share one, their destinies become intertwined. They'll remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what. Come on, I know you want to try it.
What are you talking?
Your Majesty. It's nice to see you, this one. What? Wake up, Goofy! Wake up! This is serious!
Hey there, Donald. Good
We
morning.
got a problem, Goofy. But don't tell anyone.
Ooh, Queen Minnie?
Not even the Queen.
Daisy?
No! It's top secret.
Oh, good morning, ladies.
What?
I really like that that pun they made. That joke they made with the small door part of the bigger door. It's really funny. So yeah, I could have fought with those guys earlier on.
Me and Titus, we are gonna do a little exploring today. You know, to the secret place at the base of that tree. There's gotta be something there, yeah?
Really subtle there, really subtle. But yeah, you can fight with these guys,
Show me your
but it
stuff.
doesn't give you much, except for him, because you can bounce his balls back at him, and every time you do so, he gives you 1 XP. So it's a great way to get some early experience. Oops, I'm bad. And yeah, as you can see, I lose half my health from 1 hit. Ah, that's gonna be better though. Ouch. And 2 XP for this one. And I should try to beat him though. There. You get 1 point for beating him, and 1 point per ball you bounce back. So it's actually not a bad way to level up. Like, I need 39 XP, so I need to beat him like 3 more times or something.
Show me your stuff.
I'm gonna play safe and actually fight him. Yeah, it's really easy to beat him. You just have to learn how to time the hits to swing the balls back at him. Which is kind of funny because if you don't know how to do that, he's actually the toughest one. I'm gonna get used to, it's been a while since I've played these games, so I gotta get back into it. Well, I say that, but right now I'm playing well. It's just that I'm not playing well compared to how well I was back when I played this a lot, I guess. Although Kingdom Hearts 1 I've never been really good at it. I'm better at Kingdom Hearts 2. And even then, I'm no professional. Good.
You've been training a lot, yeah?
I have. Alright, we're not gonna waste too much time on him, but you know it's there. You can also fight her. She uses a jump rope, and you can fight Titus as well. But so far we're gonna focus on what we really need to do in order to get to the more interesting gameplay, which is collect supplies for our trip. So we need 1 fish, 2 fish, where's the 3rd one? I'm blind. So it's over there. Oh, it's here. Alright, 3 fishies. We also need this bird that is now appeared, this bird's egg. Seagull egg. And we need mushrooms. One of them happens to be in this cave.
Wha Who's there?
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
This world has been connected.
Well, what are you talking about?
Tied to the darkness. Soon to be completely eclipsed.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
You do not yet know what lies beyond the door.
So you're from another world.
There is so very much to learn. You understand so little.
Oh yeah? Well, you'll see. I'm gonna get out and learn what's out there.
A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
I always thought this cutscene was a little weird in that the guy says, I'm gonna go out and learn what's out there. A meaningless effort, one who knows nothing can understand nothing. Well, he just told you he's going out there to learn. You've never heard of learning? Yeah, it's kind of... I don't know. Why are you standing at the bottom of dark caves to creep out on little kids anyway? Ew. Alright, let's head over here. This new area is unlocked, and now we can try to race in order to find how we're gonna name our ship. That fits, but nah. Alright, I've got it. We're gonna call it waifu. It's stupid. So yeah, we've got to make a race over to the other side. And the thing is, Riku takes a very direct path and never fails at it.
If I win, I'm captain. And if you win...
I get to share the Palpu with Kairi.
Huh?
Deal? The winner gets to share a Palpu with Kairi.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, on my count.
Oh, you've turned this into a fight for the girl, huh? I'm gonna get my waifu. Yeah, keep running. He thought I was gonna go for the ladder, so he went to the right. I'm actually a bit far behind because I didn't manage to make him fall on that first plank that drops. Hope it doesn't bite at me. But yeah, he kind of slows down every time he makes a jump. And over here he's gonna stop after a while. Like here he takes a little break. Oh, he didn't stop. Oh well, I'm gonna catch him up. Yeah. It's just a name. What was I saying? Nah, it wasn't really important. I can really picture Sora being pouty about it though. Like, they're really trying to make us understand that Kairi and him, it's kind of a little more special than, well, it's a little more than friends. Let's call it that. Which reminds me, there's not much romance in the Kingdom Hearts series, like, between any characters. The fan base, like, the fandom has been fixing this, I guess I should say. Oh man, we've been... If you've seen the fandom, basically they tend to match all characters together in a big mess. Mostly some yaoi fics though. Like, people see these people picture these boys as fucking... Ah, man. Let's not talk about yaoi already, shall we? So yeah, she's gonna tell us what we need. She's also gonna give us a water bottle. Now we need 2 coconuts. I could have hit the trees on the other side as well. We need fresh coconuts, like this. This one. Let's hope it doesn't take forever, because sometimes it can be kind of annoying. Oh. No, quick. Don't let it despawn. Alright. 2 coconuts it is. And then we need drinking water. We can get it from the waterfall that was on the other area, but we can also just get it from here. I think that's everything. I'm gonna equip the item I just got actually, which is a boost to my defense. And we're gonna call it a day.
You know, Riku has changed.
What do you mean?
Well...
You okay?
Sora, let's take the raft and go. Just the 2 of us.
Huh?
Just kidding.
What's gotten into you? You're the one that's changed, Kairi.
Maybe. You know, I was a little afraid at first. But now I'm ready. No matter where I go or what I see, I know I can always come back here. Right?
Yeah, of course.
That's good. Sora, don't ever change.
Huh?
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
I really like this scene. Like, she kind of wants him. She kind of wants to be alone with him. Alright, sorry. Sorry to rush off without saying goodbye, but trouble's brewing. Not sure why, but the stars have been blinking out one by one, and that means disaster can't be far behind. I hate to leave you all, but I've gotta check into this. There's someone with a key, the key to our survival, so I need you and Goofy to find him and stick with him. Got it? We need that key or we're doomed. So go to Traverse Town and find Leon. He'll point you in the right direction. P.S. Would you apologize to Minnie for me? Thanks, pal. Mickey.
Oh dear, what could this mean?
It means we'll just have to trust the king.
Gorge, I sure hope he's all right.
You're on us. Don't worry. We'll find the king and this key. Thank you. Both of you. Daisy, can you take care of them?
Of course. You be careful now, both of you.
Oh, and to chronicle your travels, he will accompany you.
Over here! Cricket's the name. Jiminy Cricket at your service.
We hope for your safe return. Please, help the king. You're coming too!
Gorge, Jiminy, your world disappeared too?
It was terrible. We were scattered. And as far as I can see, I'm the only one who made it to this castle.
Goofy?
Oh, right. I gotcha. You mean while we're in other worlds, we can't let on where we're from, huh? We gotta protect the world border.
Order!
Right. World order. Oh, I guess we'll need new duds when we get there, huh?
Hello up there! Gotta get to lunch, True! I'm glad you're ready!
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
A storm? Oh no! The raft!
Sora! Dinner's ready! Come on down! Sora?
What's that? Riku's boat! And Kyrie's!
Alright, so we can't fight these Heartless right now, since we've got just a wooden sword. It just does nothing to them. So we're gonna hurry up around here.
Where's Kyrie? I thought she was with you.
The door is open.
What?
The door is open, Sora. Now we can go to the outside world.
What are you talking about? We gotta find Kyrie.
Kyrie's coming with us. Once we step through, we might not be able to come back. We may never see our parents again. There's no turning back. But this may be our only chance. We can't let fear stop us. I'm not afraid of the darkness.
Riku.
It's crazy, I've seen this cutscene so many times I've stopped questioning it, but now I'm looking back at it and seeing all this mysterious darkness like covering Riku. It is pretty nice and mysterious, and I remember as a kid, like this was big, this was scary and exciting.
Come on! Come on!
No, that is bad. Quick. Please, over here. Oh, that sucks. I'm gonna fight over there then. Alright, so we're gonna try to gain a couple levels here, and while we're at it, I'm gonna start talking about the stats system. You see, in this game, you've got very limited complexity when it comes to stats. You've got strength and defense, like in most RPGs. Your strength determines how strong your hits are, and your defense how much you resist to enemies' attacks. You've also got your maximum HP and MP. But what the game doesn't tell you is that your max MP is also the strength of your magical attacks. So yeah, your MP counter increases in size just as your spells become more effective. You also have some invisible elemental resistance. Oh, your character doesn't, but your equipment does. You can put on equipment that will make you resist a certain up to a certain percentage of each element. There's fire, ice, thunder, and darkness. I believe there's also non-elemental magic damage. Basically, enemies can be resistant to magic or not. And some enemies are resistant to most elemental damage, but things like gravity and such deal magic damage, but it's not elemental. So it still works against them. Alright, strength boost, that is nice. We're gonna dispatch these enemies and then we're gonna look into the pause menu, see how much I want to keep on grinding or not. Because this doesn't make for a very entertaining video, but as long as I have stuff to talk about, I'm gonna keep on grinding because I'm gonna need those levels. Alright, I need 55. I can do that. I'm gonna do that. So yeah, meanwhile, let's talk about the combo system. You see, Sora has these very simple moves that he always reuses right now, but as the game goes on, I'm gonna learn abilities that I can equip, which are gonna add alternatives to his combo, like different swings he can do depending on whether he's surrounded or not, or whether enemies are far away, that are gonna make him slide across to try and reach further away enemies, things like that. And I'll also get abilities to counter attack or dodge roll and block attacks. It gets a little more complex. So right now, don't be surprised if I tend to miss enemies when I try to hit them. It's because I have the very basic combos. You'll also realize that aerial combos are faster. So in this game, aerial combos are pretty good. Jumping before attacking can actually deal more damage in a shorter amount of time. However, ground combos tend to have some special effect at the end of them. We'll get to see that once I unlock some of these abilities. But there's stun impact, which stuns enemies in a certain radius. There's ripple drive, which damages enemies around me and pushes them far away, and the amount of damage is based on my MP stat. Things like that. Like, you get some special moves, and you only do those on the ground for most of them. So it's kind of a counterbalance. Kingdom Hearts 2's combo system is a lot more complex than Kingdom Hearts 1. In this game, most of the time it's mash X to win in standard mode, and you've got to add a little bit of dodging in proud mode. But it still is very enjoyable, and the magic makes it more interesting as well. Alright, Is there anything else I need to say? Oh yeah, about those cutscenes we saw earlier. That was a huge block, so I didn't talk during it, but at some point Donald said something about, could you please take care of the... And Daisy cut him and said, sure, of course. He wasn't talking about kids or nephews or anything. He was talking about the Queen. Take care of the Queen while I'm gone. Or while we are gone. Since Mickey just left. And now we're leaving too, so she's gonna feel kind of lonely, I guess. In the original Japanese version, the way the sentence was ordered in Japanese, we would still get the meaning, and we got that he was talking about taking care of the Queen. Like it was only the end of the sentence that got cut, not the word Queen. But in English, it's the word Queen that gets cut off, and it can be kind of confusing. And so there's that. What else is there do I have to say? Oh yeah, that was the last we ever heard of any Kingdom Hearts character's parents. Like hearing Sora's mom call out to him. It's the last time we ever hear of parents. Which is kind of ridiculous, because, I mean, I'd wake up in another world, I'd be kind of scared, and I'd call for my mom. I wouldn't just wonder what happened to my friends. I'd wonder about my family. But, whatever. It's a game. Don't look too much into it, I guess. Alright. I'm gonna check, but I think I've done enough fighting here, boring fighting here, to move on. It's just that I know that the next area is gonna be harder, and the enemies aren't gonna give me more XP really. So I wanted to get at least to level 5. So that's good. As you've seen in this area, enemies just seem to be spawning everywhere. This island has very different mechanics compared to the rest of the game when it comes to enemy spawning.
Kyrie!
Sora...
Whoa!
So yeah, we're back to this guy. This time he's gonna use some more attacks. So he starts off by firing these projectiles already. And if we give him enough time, he's gonna use the spirit bomb kind of move that makes it rain orbs from the sky, but I'm probably gonna be able to dispatch him before he does that, since I've gotten up a few levels. Alright, so I'm gonna climb on top of him. Mash X to win! And this is another great experience boost, actually. Loving it. Alright, let's focus on the guy. Alright, you know what? Alright, now here's trying to fetch a big ball of energy. I should have hit his head. Bad. Quick. Kill him before he does it. Shit, I'm gonna use an item. I don't want to die. Alright, so now it's gonna rain orbs. And there we have it. Wasted a potion. Now we're gonna have it done by the time we need them.
Where's that key?
Hey, you know, maybe we ought to go find Leon. Oh, Donald, you know, I bet you that,
What do you know, you big polluter?
what do I know? Come on, Pluto!
Oh. Huh? What a dream. Ah! This isn't a dream. Oh, where am I? Oh, boy. Do you know where we are? Oh, hey!
Yeah, so waking up in another world, probably not the most reassuring thing. I like Sid. He's like, well, I'm not gonna let a lost kid off the streets, you know? Alright, well, we're gonna save right here. Because these videos do get pretty freaking long. Yeah, I paused the game for a long time, as you can see at the bottom. But yeah, these games... These sessions get a lot longer when I'm not skipping the cutscenes, so I'm gonna stop it there so my editing session doesn't take forever, and I can see how my new rendering setup works and if the quality is good enough. So that's gonna be it for now. Next time we're gonna tackle on Traverse Town, and it's gonna be very quick, and I'm gonna make fun at how quick you can skip through most of this world. And until then, when I guess I'm gonna end these episodes with a random fact about me. Now that you've heard my voice for one episode, you probably have a guess as to what I might look like. Well, random fact, I have short, dark brown hair, only I got them bleached and tinted pink. So right now I have like pink hair, but the dye kind of got gone. Most of the dye is gone, so it's like half pink, half blonde. But then some of my hair is grown back, so it's a very ugly mix of pink, blonde, and brown. Yeah, that's just my random fact of the day, I guess. See ya!